so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked. That'll definitely do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
Nosotros estamos en vivo. I don't know if that's exactly correct. I think that means like we are in live. If that's how a native would say it. We're live is what I tried to say.
Should we just start it again so we don't have to hear that?
Shh. Stop it. Welcome to the Dropshot podcast, episode number 168. My name is... I'm pretty sure it's 168, by the way. If the title says something different, then the title's correct. Don't believe my stupid mouth sounds. Casey, also known as Razinon. I am joined by Tanner Field Trip Dropshot. Tanner, how was your field trip today and yesterday, I guess? Or
Good.
just today, maybe?
Drove, we didn't even leave yesterday until like, what time did we end up leaving? 2? Something like that. I thought we were going to leave way earlier, but yeah. So we left, drove 3 hours, ate dinner, went to sleep, woke up, and drove home. So yeah, that was cool. So I am back home. Got home 30 minutes before the call-ins today. A little tired from driving. I don't know how I made it home. You know when you're like driving? I guess you probably don't, but you'll be like driving sometimes. Like just deep in thought, and then all of a sudden you'll be like, damn, I don't remember like the last 10 minutes. What has been going on? How did I not crash? Pretty crazy. But anyways, I had that feeling today. But yeah, I made it. Here I am. Hello.
Well, it's too bad you didn't crash. Welcome to the show.
Nice.
Today we did this afternoon. We did our live patron call-in Q&A episode. If you wanted to see or listen to this, it will only be on YouTube. It is not going to be in the podcast feed for reasons we will explain on the last Patreon episode of this month.
I'm excited for that.
Which is going to be a fun and exciting episode. Now, speaking of Patreon episodes, Monday morning, 3 a.m. Pacific time, is when our next Patreon episode is going to be live. It is our theories on a Vanguard Warzone integration and what that will look like, and what we expect to happen, and if it does, what's gonna. It was a very good episode. One of the shining crowning jewels of the Patreon, which is saying a lot because each and every single Patreon episode has been a 10 out of 10. So that's saying a lot. And that's going to be on Monday. So there you go. But again, if you wanted to see the live call-ins, you're going to have to go to the YouTube for that. And if you want to participate in the live call-ins, or listen to up to 5 bonus episodes per month, patreon.com/thedropshot. It is the best way to support the show. It's the best for us, and it's the best for you. We offer all of our bonus content there. So, that is that. Other than that, Tanner Dropshot, I don't think I have any other announcements, dude. Do you have any other announcements, dude?
No. Here's my announcement. 40 days until Vanguard. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Once it gets into those 30s, that's when it's feeling real close, buddy. Once I see 39 days, that feels a lot closer than seeing 40. Because I think, oh, cool, it's only a month out, even though it's a little bit more. But, yeah, I'm ready to go.
I've been really excited Yeah, I'm a thirsty boy. I'm excited for, excuse me. I've been excited for video game releases before. But I've rarely been like a fucking franchise follower or something. And usually in the past, when I would get excited for a game to come out, it would be because I saw like an ad for it. And I was like, oh, I like Halo. I didn't know there was a new one coming out. It comes out next week. Because I wasn't like following it, but I am a fan.
Yeah.
And then I would get very excited. But my Vanguard anticipation is different. It aches. That's how I feel. I ache.
That's just your old age.
It could be I could be arthritic, yeah, maybe. But it's really just a dull, constant craving for Vanguard. And I've never been this excited, I don't think, about a Call of Duty game. I might have been more excited for Modern Warfare. What a fucking... How quaint, by the way. I might have been more excited for Modern Warfare, although I'm not sure. And after the Modern Warfare beta, I definitely wasn't as excited for Modern Warfare as I am for Vanguard post-beta. So I am extremely, extremely ready for that dumb fucking game to come out. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if I can hear enemy players.
You won't.
Or anything, really, when on the full release. But I agree with you. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to it. So, yeah, other than that, yeah, I don't think there's any other announcements. So today, here's our last announcement. We're doing Q&A. We did Q&A this afternoon, so we did not, and Tanner was in Zion, so we didn't have anything planned. Well, we actually had Q&A planned for today, so that's what we're doing. So some of it will be Call of Duty related. Most of it, I'm sure, won't be because you guys are shit. And if you wanted to ask a question for us to answer on a Q&A episode in 6 months or so, join the fucking Discord. There's a Q&A questions channel where you can ask questions there. So, all right. If you're listening for the jingle, here it is.
Hank Swift, thanks for the 1,000 bits, Hank. Says, have a good show, fellas. Appreciate it very much, dude. Thank you for those 1,000 biddies, young king. And Urban, thanks for the tier 1 7 months. Q&A gods in the chat. Okay, cool. Thanks for the 3 bits, guys. Cool. Let's go. Thanks, boys. Strawberry rhubarb ice cream.
Rhubarb? Isn't that like a root? Isn't that like a root? Like ginger? Ginger's a root, right?
I don't know what rhubarb is, but I know it's an old lady thing.
It's a herb, as the English would say. Some herbs and spices.
Some herbs, yeah. Some herbs and
Let's
spices.
So we're going to start this Q&A by saying this. Don't say herbs, say herbs. Grow up. All right. Welcome to the show, episode 168, Q&A. We're back at it again, and we're starting off with Benji, why Rhombus is salty. There was some inside jokes there. That's actually pretty funny. One of the very, very, very few Discord names that is not a change it. And we'll see a lot of them this evening, unfortunately. So Benji didn't ask a question, so cool. Getscammed.eth. And there we are. Change it. Is Raz the guy from Malibu's Most Wanted? Now, if you know anything about me, if you've ever listened to this podcast, like Get Scammed has listened to many times, you would know that I don't watch TV, and I certainly don't watch fucking Malibu's Most Wanted.
Malibu's Most Wanted.
What that is. Is it a reality show like Cops? Or is it like a television like a drama, like fucking House MD or some shit, or NCIS? Is my answer to that. I don't know who the guy is from Malibu's Most Wanted.
I assume he's talking about that.
About what? Oh, a
I just
little link
posted
in chat here.
Yeah. I would imagine that's gotta
Oh,
be it. Just because it's a white guy.
movie. I remember this movie.
What else would it be?
I thought it was a TV show.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, no.
It's a white
I'm
guy,
not.
so get scammed as racist confirmed.
Yeah, dude, we have nothing in common other than he's white. Like, actually, I don't wear necklaces or rings or visors, for that matter, or earrings or corduroy jackets. So, 0 for 10 so far. I don't know. I'm white, though, I guess. So, cool. Get scammed, hates white people, is racist, and is banned, because we are anti-racist in this Discord. Thanks for that question, I guess. Psych. Go Blue Mason asks, what do you guys do when Warzone starts feeling stale? This is a question, Tanner. Pretty simple.
Don't
in
play
my
it.
opinion,
Yeah, there's
but-
not. Yeah, just don't play it, honestly. Right now, my other go-to game is Tarkov. I'm still... Well, yeah, Warzone is stale right now. I mean, I'm still having fun when I play it, but it's not that feeling that we all had, you know, a year ago when you couldn't wait to hop on Warzone always. But I think the new map will change most of that. There will be, believe me, plenty of issues when the new map comes out. But at the very least, we have a new place to see all those issues happen, you know? I have new spots on the map to complain about not being able to hear someone for various reasons. But it's on a new map, so it'll make it all better. So yes, Warzone is stale. There's nothing you can do other than play a different game for a little bit and then go back and forth between the two. Yeah, I can't play Warzone for that long currently, but that'll all change come November for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the behind this question is like the assumption that you, Go Blue Mason, need to always be like playing Warzone. You don't. Hey, if Warzone feels stale and you don't feel like playing it, don't fucking play it. It's a video game, dude. If you're not enjoying it, absolutely don't do it. So yeah, just stop playing it. I don't know. I mean, this is an issue for people who are like big streamers, Warzone streamers, I'm sure, or pros or people in the Warzone tournament scene. You guys know what I'm talking about. For them, it would be a challenge, but like for you, just don't fucking play. Who cares? Warzone will feel fresh again. When Vanguard comes out, and maybe even in season 6, it'll at least feel fresh for a couple days. Maybe I don't know. It's going to be another new weapon. We've been through this dog and pony show about a dozen times, so maybe even then that won't matter. But when Vanguard comes out in a new map, it will feel fresh and then come back then. If you're asking what we specifically do, I mean, I just don't, again, just the same advice I gave you, I don't fucking play if it feels stale. There's no reason to, really. I play a lot when something new is introduced to the game that is even somewhat transformative, even if I don't necessarily feel like it, because we do this podcast. So, for example, when Tempered and Combat Scout came out, even if I didn't want to play Warzone, which, by the way, I wanted to, I was genuinely excited to try new perks, because it was actually something new. Instead of another fully automatic assault rifle that, shocker, shot bullets automatically. So
Yeah.
I was excited to like play that and use them and whatever. But yeah, like I don't know, if we get a new fucking LT like event, like the numbers, like the irrational numbers, maybe that's the next event. I just won't play it. There's nothing to talk about. I don't have to play it to tell you there's nothing to talk about. So I won't, because Warzone is stale for me right now. It's very stale, and it has been for quite a while. And the new perks helped a lot, but each Band-Aid that freshened up the game as it went on with the same map and the same perks and the same UI provided a shorter and shorter amount of time that the game felt fresh. So like season 1 of Warzone, we got like new guns. That like, 10x the freshness. Now on season 14, hey, it'll be exciting. It's 1x the freshness though. It'll last for like 2 days. So anyways, all of that is to say, yeah, just don't play. I don't know. Salty imperialist fuck. I believe he's British, so that is of course true. The British are pigs, and as an Irishman, not a Northern Irish Protestant turncoat dog, but a real Irishman, I second that you are in fact an imperialist fuck if you're from Great Britain. Not so great. That's
You're
all
also
jokes,
not
by the
Irish.
way.
You weren't
I'm
born
American.
there. Yeah. So
yeah,
cool.
I'm simply American.
You're white. Yeah. You're white,
Yeah,
so
I
you
don't-
tell people you're Irish.
Well,
Like every other white
I
kid
have
does.
to have, you have to have some heritage, right? Yeah. I'm joking, obviously. I don't know anything about, I don't care. Two-piece, sorry, is how he starts this. Okay. Do you think some rebirth mechanics should be added to the main BR to improve the possibility of recoveries? Example, spawning in with a gun, crates that revive after time, etc. Spawning in with a gun, by the way, what he means by that is that the later into the game you respawn in Rebirth, the better your weapon is. So on Rebirth first drop, you have a pistol, but if you drop in Circle 5 on Rebirth Island, you'll have a fucking Milano with extended mags, a GRU suppressor, agency, task force barrel, and like the works. So that's what he means by spawning with a gun. Second question, what changes would you make to... Oh, excuse me. What changes would make you play solos more often? For example, buyback solos, faster circle timers, reduced loadout price, etc. Okay. Some good questions.
Yeah, so first question, do you think rebirth mechanics should be added? I don't think it's necessary at all. I'm not against like the crates that revive after a while. So if you guys haven't played Rebirth, there are certain crates that I don't know what the timer is on them, but you can open them and then at a point later, it'll let you open it again. That's fine, honestly, because they don't give you anything good in those chests. You're not getting good items. You're not getting large stacks of money. It's usually like a shitty gun and maybe like a throwing knife or like a Semtex or something. It's not very good loot. So I would be okay with that, but also just doesn't feel necessary. They already give you plenty of ways to regain in normal Warzone. I don't think they need to add more. That's the last thing they need, actually, is more ways for people to come back. So no, I don't like that. And what changes would I make to play solos more often? You can't make changes. Solos is just going to be ratty. The only change you can make is one they're not going to make, and that's get rid of Ghost. That would make me play solos. Yep. If that,
exactly.
Nothing else matters. Buybacks, sure, it's not nearly as ratty. Still don't want to play solos. Faster circles, sure, I get what you're thinking. Make people move more often. There's still going to be rats. It doesn't matter. Reduce loadout price doesn't have any effect on it. So solos is just dog shit in this game. You're rewarded for camping because of Ghost, and it makes it just very, very slow. So that is the only change you can make to make it good, and they're not ever going to do that. So it doesn't matter. Solos just, it sucks.
Yeah. So question 1, rebirth mechanics added to the main BR. So spawning in with a gun, abso-fucking-lutely not. Can you imagine you're playing your fucking final circle, 3 teams left, 1 team scrapes out a buy, and some fucking guy who died 3 circles ago descends upon you with a fucking M13 with extended mags and just fucks you? He gets rewarded by being able to position himself anywhere on the map because he died? Fuck no. Because in Verdansk, if you die, the penalty is way higher. So you definitely shouldn't come back with a gun. Because it's the possibility that you're going to ruin someone else's game is just far too high, and you shouldn't get that reward for having died. You don't deserve to be rewarded for that. You deserve to be punished. So fuck no, spawning with a gun. Crates that revive after time, I don't care. Sure. I don't know. I think it would be fine. I don't think it would matter much, to be honest.
Exactly. Like you're not getting anything good out of there. It's not going to change your regain anyways. So we don't need it, but it's like it wouldn't break the game either if they added it.
Yeah, it's just not impactful. But is there anything else in Rebirth that I'd want added to the main BR? No, I don't think so. No. Yeah.
You want them to be different,
quite a while.
Yeah, that's true. But you want them to be different. Like Rebirth should feel like you're playing Rebirth Resurgence, and Verdansk should feel like you're playing Verdansk. You don't want both modes to feel exactly the same, just on a different map.
That's also true. Yeah. So I don't know. And then nothing would make me play solos more often. There's nothing they could do to make me play solos more often. I fucking can't stand BRs solo. No shot. I get anxiety, actually. It's like a fucking horror game, dude. It's a different genre. You thought you were playing an FPS? No, you're playing a horror game. So you'll walk into a room and there's some guy who hasn't made a fucking sound in 10 actual minutes. Just camping there with stopping power, just pre-aiming your door waiting for you. Fuck solos. Taking Ghost out would definitely help. I certainly wouldn't play it more often, though. I play it precisely 0 times a week, and if they took Ghost out of solos, I would still play it precisely 0 times a week. Nothing you can do to help that for me. But taking Ghost out of solos would definitely be better.
Yeah.
For solo players. But yeah, nothing about solos is intrinsically trash, and not for me. Not my cup of tea.
Nope, it's boring.
The last time I played solos, I played like 2 or 3 games. Lost the first 1 or 2. Won the last game. And I was like, I didn't have any fun. Like, I was mad that I won. It was just exhausting. Yeah. I was like, none of this was fun. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. This didn't feel cool. I don't feel gratified. I'm not satisfied with my win. My blood pressure is up. My heart rate is just fucking zooming. I'm having palpitations and sweats. And then I got off the game. I'm dead serious. That was my experience. I won and I hated it. Fuck solos. So, nothing you could do for me. SEAL Team Urban. Please, God, change it. How much do you, in fact, edit that out? Never.
Not once.
I think one time very early on, I said like street names in an episode, and I took those out.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Okay.
We were talking to Scooby Snack.
Got it.
That episode, yeah. Just because I thought that was a little too
aggressive.
I don't know.
Too active.
Yeah. Too active, yeah. So I edited that out. That out.
Cool, that's and fuck you, Urban.
Yeah, fuck Urban. That's of course true.
This is funny.
Steel Switch. Razinon, by time this is read live on stream, speak English, have you cleaned your bed sheets yet? So no, technically, because I just bought new ones instead. Which I have not cleaned. Which I have not cleaned.
So you put those things on and didn't wash them?
No. I washed the other ones.
Oh, okay, good.
I washed the other ones, but these have not been cleaned. No, the new ones have not been cleaned. No. So cool, Steel Switch, good one. Whitey Professional 12YO. Can't even type out year old. How much ADD these kids have these days. Do you think that stims having a buff where they can remove the effects of stuns and flashes, etc., would make them overpowered? Okay. Tanner.
I mean, like, how would that even work? I just don't even get it, really. I mean, would you...
Yeah, this is a 12-year-old's question because thinking you have time to get a stun off and that will matter. If I'm stunned,
exactly.
I'm dead in a second and a half, and it takes longer to stim than that anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah.
This is just...
this question doesn't matter, Whitey, and I don't even want to answer it.
Yep. It's just a typical 12-year-old question where you think of like a question, but you don't actually think about what you're asking yourself. Because if you took any time to think about this, you would have been like, wait, By the time I'm done injecting the stim, the effects of a stun grenade have worn off anyway. So of course this wouldn't matter. That's what you would have thought if you engaged your little child brain, but you didn't. So thanks. So instead you wasted our time.
Thanks, Whitey.
And the listeners' time, by the way. So great. Awesome, kid. He's 13, by the way. He's lying about his name. Rogue Enforcer. Change it. Instead of SBMM being for anybody at 0.7 and below. I don't know if anyone suggested that. I suggested above that. Maybe that's what you're referring to. I don't know. Would you suggest instead bringing back Boot Camp, the old Call of Duty playlist that new players could be in until roughly level 20 to get the hang of the game? I remember that playlist, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that wouldn't matter because I don't even know how they would do that now because it's such a low rank. It's like, sure, they could do something for it, I guess, to make it so... I don't know. This is kind of another question. It just no. I don't want it back. I don't think it needs to come back. I mean, if it's between that and skill-based matchmaking, then sure. But it's like one of those things where it doesn't matter. They're not going to do anything like that. They're not going to remove skill-based matchmaking, so it really doesn't matter. Like, sure, I would like to have this back, yeah, but it's not ever going to happen, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, and it also implies that people who are 0.7 and below are that skill level because they're less than level 20, which is just not true.
Yeah.
So
this is less likely
anyway.
and happening than Whitey's question about stims.
Yeah.
Removing the effects of a stun grenade. That's how unlikely that is to happen.
That is of course true. So yeah, no, I don't think it would help. I would be fine with it. I don't care. If it replaced SBMM, fucking awesome, but it just wouldn't. They wouldn't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We must have been talking about this on this day. Biggie Smalls in all leet speak and all caps. Holding a child in the avatar. This person is creating other people.
Wow.
It's the world we live in. So Biggie Smalls, change it, of course. When talking about SBMM, you guys typically use the 0.7 KD as a cutoff for SBMM. I do that. I don't know if Tanner agrees, but that was my kind of thing. Then do the rest as best connection. My question for this topic is, what's the difference in your minds of a 0.7 and a 0.8 KD player? Is the 0.8 player that much better than the 0.7 that he could hang in a higher skill lobby? So, no, not really.
There's
and
almost
also
probably no difference.
Yeah, I picked 0.7 on a whim. This wasn't something I thought out particularly at any length. The major point, which I have thought through a lot, was find a cutoff, have SBMM for underneath it and not above it. That's what I thought
it was lower
of
than
the
that.
0.7 thing.
I thought your theory was like super low, like something where they actually need skill-based matchmaking, they need help. I thought you had said like 0.3 or 0.4, even like 0.7 may be too high, honestly. It was like really low.
Yeah, I don't know.
They should be in their own lobbies, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. The point of my proposal to have SBMM exist for only really low KD players is more about the bifurcation than where the cutoff is. I don't know if it should be 0.7, 0.8, or 0.4. That's like uninteresting to me. What's more interesting is the theory itself, or the proposition itself, which is that, like, okay, let's do connection based if you're competent. And then if you're really, really new or really young or disabled or whatever, and you just will not be able to play against even average players, then you can be in your own lobbies. And and then everyone would be happier. That's what I was saying. Where exactly that KD cutoff would be, I don't know. But I think if we were willing to do that, we could find out. We could come to a precise KD on where to make that cut. And that's something Activision would be more equipped to do than me anyway, because they know exactly how many players are at, 0.62 KD. And like, okay, how is lobby health going to be affected if we cut it off here versus there? So yeah. But anyways, yeah. So is there a difference between a 0.7 and a 0.8 KD player? Not really. No.
0.1 KD difference. Yeah. Other than that, no.
Yeah, I don't think so. 0.8's definitely better, but I mean, they get out of 10 deaths, they get 8 kills, or out of 10 deaths, they get 7 kills. They're pretty close, but yeah, not that big of a difference. So yeah, where the cutoff is, it doesn't matter to me. Okay, so next, get scammed, ETH. Oh, okay. Are we answering this?
I don't know 5 rap albums. I can't name them by the album names. So
I know
we're
0,
not answering
so
that. Yeah,
okay, cool. So got it.
Thanks, get scammed.
All right, McBango, Iron Man McBango, change it obviously. Iron Man, change it. Have you ever sat down too fast, had your bag swing backward, and you sat on a ball? Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
No, not once.
God.
How fast are you
not.
sitting down?
You must be fucking slamming your ass down, dude.
You must be bagged up.
Not even fucking remotely close. And I'm sorry if that's happened to you or
Yeah.
anyone, really.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd have to really try to sit on your own balls.
Well, for you, it'd be your giant dick that you sit on, right?
Oh, that happens all the time, but it's not that painful. I'm
Just
used to
pinch
it.
Yeah.
I've developed calluses. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, but no, this has never happened to me. It makes me deeply uncomfortable to think about, though. So we're moving on. Cell drinks water. Okay, congrats. Change it. What do you guys think about being able to throw down a trophy system when you get stuck by a by a thermite or semtex and it gets rid of it? Have you guys ever done this?
I absolutely haven't done this. It's not something. Well, to start with, I never
Does this work?
Yes. I've never held a trophy system for longer than 30 seconds. I pick a trophy system up, I throw it on a car, I go on with my day. I don't usually keep them. So, I've probably never even had the chance where I've been stuck by a thermite or something to even try this. If it did come up, I would never think of doing it. No. But there is a clip that Metaphor, I believe, posted on Twitter a couple weeks ago of him doing this. He got stuck by thermite and he's like, wait, shit. And he threw down trophy system real quick, stops the thermite, and he lives.
Whoa.
I don't know how he thinks that fast. I'm going to see if I can find it, actually. Because it was insane. I'd never seen it before.
Yeah, I've never done this because I didn't know it was possible. That's cool, though. This would be another reason to run amped. Obviously, don't ever pick a perk with this very specific scenario in mind, but I didn't know that. By the way, getting rid of a semtex this way seems insanely unlikely.
Semtex unlikely. Okay, yeah, so I just watched the...
Thermite, yeah, for sure.
Yes, so he's playing solos. He pushes a building. As the guy throws a thermite, sticks him, he shoots it, full kills the guy, but he's still burning alive. He doesn't have a self-res, but he has a trophy, and he throws it on the ground real quick and saves himself. And it stops the thermite from doing damage.
That's cool.
Yeah. It is pretty crazy.
That's cool. I didn't know you could do that, Cell. Thanks. Good to know.
Definitely not something you're ever going to see happen often.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I think it's fine. I don't know. I don't care. It's so rare that it's not terribly impactful in my view. So, this is an interesting question. I like this question. Steel Switch. Could Warzone work with squads of 5 or more? If so or not, what is that magic number and how many large squads should there be per match?
Interesting. I feel like 4 is already a good amount of players. If there were 5, I feel like we'd need larger or lower player counts on the map. I feel like if it's teams of 5, we would need like 130 players at the most, 120, like something in that area versus 150. But I don't. It just seems like the gunfights are going to end up being weird. Like if you go up a full 5-man versus another 5-man, that's going to be a long, drawn out gunfight, which could be exciting. But also, it's hard to think how that would even really play out. Honestly, it just seemed like it'd be too many players. Because 4s could already be a disaster at times. Because I think the sweet spot for Warzone is trios. Trios plays the best to me. We usually just play quads because we usually have 4 people, so that's what we run. But trios plays the best, I think. So, judging from what I think about that, playing anything more than 4 is probably just going to keep getting worse and worse. So I don't know if I'd really like it. I'd be interested to see that almost in like an LTM. If they did like a 5-man as an LTM or something to test out, but I don't know. Probably wouldn't be very good, really.
Yeah. I think it could work. The biggest issue I can think of is you can't drive a vehicle anywhere anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, even in quads, if you're all getting bombed by 4 people AR just dumping you, you're going to blow up real quick. With 5, I don't think you can just drive anywhere. And that would be really annoying. Helicopters too, just get fucked. But other than that, I feel like it might be fine. I don't know. That's something I'd have to see or play myself. But I don't think it's like it definitely couldn't work or anything. I don't know. But the vehicle thing is would be my biggest concern. And then how many squads? I think you just adhere to the 150 player max. So if you're doing 5s instead of 4s, then instead of having however many teams that is, 45 or some shit, you just have fewer teams such that you're still hitting 150.
Yeah.
That would be what? 30 teams? Yeah. Yeah, and there are also vehicles you can't even fit 5 players in also, yeah. Like you could fit 5 players in a chopper. I think that's the only vehicle that you could. And I guess a Bertha. I mean, technically you could fit them on like a SUV or a Rover if you have someone stand on it. Like if you wanted to have 3 people on like a quad, you do it that way.
Yeah.
So
they're not going to put out a game mode
but
though where the vehicles can't fit the amount of people. Like even if you can jump on it
agree.
and ride it, they're not going to do that. So if they added in vehicles that could, or every vehicle that could hold 5, then it's a possibility. But yeah, I don't think they'd ever do this.
Yeah. That's an interesting thought.
Those would be some weird gunfights for sure.
It would be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to play. I mean, because I think about like playing 3s versus playing 4s. The gunfights feel different, but not that different. So then I'm wondering if 4 to 5 would really be that much of a jump.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah. God, people get loadouts so fast, by the way. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you land train station alone, you'll have a loadout.
Yeah.
Rebirth time. So anyway, good question. Get Scammed asks, hey, any chance we could get some Cold War content?
No.
Absolutely not. All right, Pop, brave and stunning. Wow, change it. What's your favorite color?
Red.
Okay. Purple.
What?
Why is red your favorite color? Tell
Why
us
is
more
purple
about it.
your favorite color? There's nothing to
Okay.
be said. Red is just a color. What are you, a fucking girl? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but who likes the color purple? What?
Purple fucks, dude.
What are you,
I
my
don't
dead
know why.
94-year-old grandmother whose favorite color was purple?
No. There's no reason for it. It just looks good to me.
It doesn't.
I don't know.
Purple's a horrible looking color. Red
It
and
has to
blue are
be-
top 2.
It has to be like violet. That would be more appropriate. Not like fucking light purple. That's cringe.
Got
But
it.
a deep, some might say a deep purple. Smoke on the water. Listen to an album. Yeah. Like a dark, deep purple. Fucks, dude. It looks good. Red's just
Cool.
so basic. Oh, I like red. What do you like? Blue too?
Yeah. Black, white, gray. They're all better
That's not
than
a
purple.
dark matter reference, and I wish I had thought of it, Chris. Because then I would have said something like, oh, another reason I like purple is because it's the color of the dark matter Cold War weapon camo, which I have, and Tanner, of course, does not have. The dark matter purple camo that I have and Tanner doesn't.
I don't care.
Wish I had thought of it.
If you
so
get
I
the
could say that.
Vanguard
Yeah.
Mastery camo before you, I'm going to be
Vanguard.
jealous and pissed about it. Couldn't
will.
care less about Cold War camos, though. Oh, no, you won't. Okay, I'm pulling an all-nighter when the game comes out, then. I'll have
You're
all
not.
the ARs gold by the time you
I-
fucking wake up.
I will, and you're not.
Got it.
Both of those items.
Got
Think
it.
about those. Mull those over, Chief.
Got it.
Just calling someone Chief is you're either so old or you're being such a condescending cunt.
What's up, Chief?
What's up, Chief? Oh no, maybe not. Yeah, because I've been. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
It's not bad, yeah.
purple. Poppy BTW. Change it. If they got rid of ants for some reason, what yellow perk are you running? This was pre-combat scout. So assuming no combat scout, what would you run?
Oh, I
If you
wouldn't
can't
take a
run
perk.
amps-
I mean, it's a
just
dog
whatever
shit
it
category. Tracker, probably, honestly. The yellow perks
There's-
are fucking horrible.
There's battle hardened, tracker,
Tune-up, amped.
tune up. I don't know if tune up is a faster revive time.
Spotter, right? Spotter?
That might be.
Yeah, Spotter's yellow.
That would be completely useless. Yeah.
Yeah, I would actually, if Combat Scout wasn't out and I couldn't use amped, I wouldn't take a perk. Take a perk away from me. I don't need a yellow perk.
I would take tune up for the faster res.
Cringe. I would rather have tracker to at least see if I'm chasing someone in a building where they had ran. Exactly. That'd be way more useful. You don't
You
need
would think
tune-up.
so?
You're always the one dead being res. What do you need? You
That's
don't ever res
cap.
people. When was the last time
Cap.
you res someone in Warzone?
Every time I play with you, unfortunately.
August
I'm
of
just-
2020 was the last time you had to revive someone. Because you're just always the first to die.
I'm just throwing stims in. That is cap. The levels of cap are just off of the charts.
They're not.
You would think tracker. If I never played this game, I would have said tracker, but it doesn't work well at all. I've run tracker before.
Oh, it works horribly, yeah.
Just doesn't work.
But there's
so
no
it's just
other
not
yellow
worth using
perk
it.
that's slightly better than it.
And what's clutch with tune-up, by the way, is you also self-res faster. That's actually like really good. It can be when you need to do that. So, anyways,
know what's funny is how Warzone came out in March of 2020, and still in custom lobbies, you self-res and revive slower than in public lobbies. Isn't
Yep.
that insane?
I think they just fixed it actually.
Yeah,
The res
they
time.
they just finally fixed that about 2 weeks ago, I think it was. But for a year and a half, that's how it was, and it was never changed. Isn't that insane?
True.
What the fuck's going on?
I know. Not much in their brains, clearly.
Yeah.
This is a good question. This is a toughie. I think we've answered this before, but I don't remember what my answer was. Whitey, what's the worst mistake Activision, have made with Warzone? Right, better. Tanner, what's the biggest mistake that's ever happened in Warzone?
I mean,
Yeah, we've definitely
this is a
answered this
12-year-old
before.
question.
And it is a 12-year-old
It could be a
question.
number. I mean, skill-based matchmaking ruined Warzone or made it pretty rough. The Cold War integration with all the guns was horrible, awful. As we've said numerous times, some of the attachments literally did nothing for a number of months. Even after that, once they started doing things, they didn't do what they said. There are probably still Cold War attachments for guns that no one uses that don't do what they're supposed to do, but we
True.
just don't know because no one uses them. A bunch of busted guns. Let's see, what were the broken metas? The Bruin meta, the DMR meta.
Oh my god, the DMR meta.
Just a lot of weapon balancing mistakes like that. Nerfing like the AMAX and RAM to the ground, and then making every single other gun even easier to use. The Krig, the Farah, all so much easier to use than the AMAX or the RAM ever were, but they needed to nerf those, right?
Yeah.
I mean, still, to the day that the
Yeah.
AMAX was nerfed, so many console players didn't not ever use that gun because they said it had too much recoil. Yet they nerfed the fuck out of it. Because they said it was too easy. And then all the other Cold War guns are even easier to use. So there's been a number of mistakes. Pick one, Whitey. Play the game for a day and you'll find a worse mistake they made that you can list.
There's so goddamn many that it's so hard. But the thing that's coming to mind for me right now is letting dead silence and stopping power exist.
Another good one.
I think that's probably the biggest one. Besides SBMM, but I don't really count that because that's also in multiplayer. Whereas like dead silence and stopping power, those are like specifically
That's
Warzone
actually
problems.
Activision though too. I know Whitey doesn't like know the difference, so he's just saying what's the worst mistake they made with Warzone.
Good point.
But
Yeah, good
skill-based matchmaking is the number one Activision mistake. The other mistakes are Infinity Ward, Raven, and everyone else who's helping.
Ooh, or the terrible fucking gulag guns and having stuns in the gulag. That's pretty bad too.
But is any of that worse than
worst.
the broken gun metas? No, there's a bunch of bad things, but yeah, Deddy's definitely awful and up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no counterplay.
It's just so crazy.
High alert lets you hear dead silence now though.
It's actually, if they just adhered to this principle, don't put anything in the game ever that does not have any potential for counterplay, the game would be so much fucking better. That's all.
Yeah.
It's such an easy principle that you think if you've been developing this game for the past 25 fucking years, you would have figured out by now. It's wild, dude. It's not fun or interactive. It's not interactive. No interactivity.
No interactivity, yeah.
That's a Blizzard meme with Activision Blizzard in Hearthstone. They made a patch once. They nerfed like Leroy Jenkins and they said
Leroy!
Yeah, they had a card that was named after that dude and it like rushes in and like kills you in one hit. And they said this card is not fun or interactive. No, they nerfed the Warlock 1 mana 5/5 buff on a minion. I forget what it's called. It's like for one turn, buff it +5/+5. After that turn, it dies. Something explosion, maybe. I don't know, whatever. They nerfed that. And they said, we're nerfing this because it's not because we want the game to be fun and interactive. And then that was a meme because there are so many things in Hearthstone that are not fun or interactive. And of course, it's the same company. So Activision's doing these things in Call of Duty as well. And they have been for 20 years because they have no brains and they don't play their own game.
Correct.
Spartan 3187, change it. Fewer numbers. Are you guys childhood friends? Judging by the way Tanner calls Raz's mom a cunt, rude. I'm guessing you've known each other a long time. Oh, of course, I'm sure you have.
Rude. Yeah, wow.
Probably answered this before, but I'm a relatively new frog and have been listening since episode 90. You're not new anymore at the time of answering.
Yeah.
Bud. And thanks for being a patron, dude. You're a fucking king. Patreon.com/the Dropshot. If you're not a patron, you hate this podcast. Yeah. Got it. Tanner.
No, we're not childhood friends. We still aren't friends, actually. Fuck Raz and fuck his cunt mother.
Yeah. Yeah. Tanner's my employee. This is a business relationship, so he's my secretary.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
No, we're not childhood friends. We've known each other for quite a while, though.
It wasn't childhood. It was like high school, college.
Well, if you're 18, you're a child. Yeah, but yeah, whatever. I get it. Sure. I'm friends with so we both talk about Gabe, homeless, unemployed, Gabriel Saul Perez, Covina, California, Lyman Avenue, that Gabe. I was friends with him before Tanner, and then Gabe was friends with Tanner. So then at some point, when I met Tanner because I was friends with Gabe, so then we like just have known each other for a long time. But we were never like friends, no. Not really. I mean, we were friendly. We'd go to Denny's and fuck up some... Dude, remember we had a conversation about how good the ranch is at Denny's specifically.
Oh, their ranch fucks. We need to do
Dude.
a Denny's run still, actually.
Yeah, we should do.
We
a
should get
Denny's
the
run.
boys back. We should get Ben and Gabe to go on a Denny's run. Michael. Yeah, let's do a Denny's run. Let's hit it. Let's
Little
text them right
old
now.
school
See if they
Denny's
want to
run.
do a Denny's run tonight.
We'd have to do it at like 11:30 at night too to
Yeah.
really get the Mount Sac experience.
In the middle of
Do
the
it
week as
Tuesday.
well, and we're the only
Yes,
people
of
in
course,
there.
on a Tuesday. Yeah.
On a Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyway,
God, we are crazy, dude. Doing lines of coke off the table.
well,
Just kidding. I'm not an addict. I've never done
Yeah.
that actually.
not you. Yeah,
We actually
pussy.
just sat there and ate. That was it.
Yep. Cock.
Support for the Dropshot is brought to you by MANSCAPED, who's the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. MANSCAPED offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. MANSCAPED just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, 4.0. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust MANSCAPED with this exclusive offer for you, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with code DROPSHOT at manscaped.com. Imagine shaving with a sleek, well-designed, and optimized trimmer that makes shaving time your favorite time in the bathroom. I'm one of the first people to try the 4.0 and I'm blown away. The craftsmanship, the details, they're next level. They really are. I know you guys have cut your nuts trimming. It happens. Manscaped will give you that confidence back because that won't happen. Manscaped engineered the ultimate groin and body trimmer by focusing on intelligent functionality and an incredibly comfortable grooming experience. The 4th-generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. I now feel confident shaving these boys. This upgraded trimmer includes a multi-function on and off switch that can engage a travel lock. It gives you the ability to turn on the LED spotlight when needed for a more precise shave, and let me tell you, that is clutch. Lawnmower 4.0 even allows you to customize your trim through additional guard lengths with sizes 1 through 4. Did I mention wireless charging? The new wireless charging system uses electromagnetic induction, which can help the battery last even longer. Men, if you've been shaving with the same nut trimmer on your face, you've been doing it wrong. That's disgusting. Stop it. No person wants to end up with pubes in their mouth. Just stop, please. It's time to get your own ball, hair, and body trimmer with Manscaped to make me time the best time and enhance confidence with some nice, smooth boys. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code DROPSHOT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping, manscaped.com. Use code DROPSHOT. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Steel Switch. Can you describe a crazy automobile accident, say car accident, you were involved in or witnessed?
Wow, this is an interesting question. I've never been in a bad accident. I've been hit once coming out of, shocker, the high school parking lot. My sister was driving me because I was like a freshman. Someone just rear-ended the fuck out of us. Just absolutely rear-ended us as we were turning. But that wasn't anything crazy. I did when I was younger. I don't remember it very well, but I still randomly think about it. There was a farmer's market downtown, so they would shut off like the main street downtown in our city. And so that street runs like east to west. So the closest north to south street is a big one. And so all the cars would be going down that to like get around the road. And this motorcycle was making a left turn, and this truck like ran a light or something and plowed into the motorcycle. And it was like at the farmer's market where there's a bunch of people walking around. And I remember like I was standing on the corner with my parents, like we saw it happen. Like I was young, so I don't remember it very well, but I just remember everyone was like, oh my God, like a bunch of people like ran over there and stuff. Obviously an ambulance came right away, but it was pretty bad. I'm actually curious to see what happened to that guy. He got fucked up though.
Yeah.
Don't ride
Driving,
motorcycles if you want to
yep.
survive. It's
exactly.
It's not even like if you get in an accident, it's like you are gonna get in one at a point. It's just how bad is it gonna be? Even Ben, he rode motorcycles for like 3 years. He threw it on its side a couple times, got like some pretty bad rash. He just dropped it. Like it wasn't like anyone was around and like caused him to do it. He just fell off of it. It just happens. You can ride motorcycles. That's great. You're gonna die though. I'm just letting you know. You're
Yeah,
gonna die at some point riding a motorcycle.
Or wish you were dead because you're a quadriplegic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Motorcycles are the dumbest possible fucking thing you can do.
Oh, they're dope. I think they're cool, but it's a death sentence.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, it is, of course, a death sentence. I don't think they're cool. I just think
So it's the
they're
best
fucking
thing in the
dumb.
world.
Okay, got it. Cool. Yeah, motorcycles are insane. Michael had a motorcycle for a couple of years, and he sold it too.
Did he
He
dump
started
it?
getting more and more freaked out. He was in a frat in college, cringe. And like a couple of the frat brothers would ride bikes together, Michael included. And then one time he wasn't there, and one of the kids got in an accident, and he was in a full body cast for all of college.
Wow.
I think he broke one or both of his femurs. Like, he was fucked, dude. Like, holy shit, fucked. Kind of like snowboarding, like we were talking about. It's like, if you get in a snowboarding accident, there's no minor accidents. It's like, you either don't get in an accident or it's just catastrophic injury. Like, that's it.
You're like getting decapitated and shit. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
It's super fucking
Just
dumb.
so, if you're listening to this podcast and you're going to ride your motorcycle later today, tell your wife you love her. You're going to die. You're going to crash and die.
And put us as your beneficiaries on your will. Thanks.
Sign up for a yearly Damascus membership first.
Yeah,
Don't do
that.
monthly because your wife will cancel the credit card after you're dead. So do a yearly.
Correct. Absolutely true. And thanks in advance. I've never been in a crazy car accident. I've been in 2, but they were both very minor. And I haven't seen a car accident happen before. No. I've driven like a real fucking idiot, but I didn't get in an accident. Thank God. But yeah. Nope. Nothing crazy. Okay, I'm skipping the next one. And I'm skipping the one after that. Unless you want to answer this. I'm not entertaining this question.
You don't want to entertain it? Yeah.
I don't
have
to.
an answer for it either.
Okay,
no.
great.
So
Jacob down.
So we're going back on our word of where we would answer every question no matter how it was, huh?
Oh, that's
long
just
gone.
fucking thrown out the window, dude. Just one of those.
Got it.
So
cool.
Jake down. Stole kill on landmark. I changed that. Keep it. Why are some games with very fast TTKs, CSGO, Valorant, referred to as higher skill games than others like COD? And does a game like Valorant have a higher skill ceiling than a game with a much longer TTK like Apex? Wow.
It's interesting you brought up Apex here because he hates Apex now. And this was only 2 months ago. 2.5 months ago.
What are your thoughts, Tanner?
Yeah, I honestly don't really know why. To start with, a lot of the games that people say are high skill games are all KBAM only games. I think that has something to do with it. So it's like those players think like there's more skill involved because there's no controllers allowed, or they're not playing against controllers with controllers, no aim assist. So it's like you have to know how to aim on your own. They have fast time to kills, but those games have a shitload of recoil on the guns, like more recoil than any game pretty much. Once you play it enough, you know exactly how to control it. Like those pros know, you're using an AK in CSGO, you pull down to the left, you get to a certain point, you pull down to the right or something. They know how to do it, but for like an average player to go into a game like CSGO, they get fucking decimated because they don't know how it works. You can't even move and shoot. You have to entirely stop in order to shoot, or your bullets just go all over the place. So I think that's kind of how they differentiate it, is it's just a ton of recoil. Also, you have to have, I think, more brain power maybe to play games like CSGO. Maybe not. I don't really know. It's a lot of like holding angles and stuff, but you have to play smart because the game so often comes down to a clutch situation where it's like 1v1, 1v2, where you have to kill the last player and defuse a bomb and you don't know where they're at, and that could be kind of hard. That's harder than just running around in the open in Warzone and Apex looking for people to shoot. Sure, it has a longer time to kill, but you're just basically waiting to find someone to shoot. Whereas like this, you have to make strategic plays and thoughts of where you should go and think where the other player is going to be, and you have to do it in like 40 seconds where there's a whole team of randoms yelling at you, saying, defuse the bomb, you're fucking trash, kid, and talking crap to you. So, I don't know. It's a different type of skill for sure, but I will say I think the best video game players, like the best K-BAM players in the world, are like former CSGO pros and shit like that. Like in terms of best aim, best game sense, they all played those games. So that has to tell you something.
Yeah. Why are some games with very fast TTKs referred to as higher skill games than others like COD? So every game except COD that you've mentioned here, I've barely, if at all, played CSGO, Valorant, and Apex. So with that caveat, I know what they are, and I've seen lots of gameplay of all of them. I don't know. I think because in CSGO and Valorant, it's not so much the fast TTK as much as it is the necessity of hitting a headshot. Because, like, if you're playing CSGO or Valorant, like, even if you are on their torso first, they can be, like, 80 milliseconds late. If they get to your head, they win. So that could be part of it, is the precision aiming / reflexes. Because a lot of things, like Tanner was saying, is holding corners or holding angles. So you hold an angle with your reticle at head level, and as soon as someone enters it, you have to be able to pull the trigger fast enough. Yeah. So that's like, you can quibble about whether that's aim or reflexes. They're both obviously important. But like, I think that is probably part of it, because in Call of Duty, I fucking never go for the head. Because headshots don't matter nearly as much as I understand them to mean in CSGO and in Valorant. And so they might be thinking, because you have to put your reticle on 3 pixels on the screen that are moving in, like, you know, before they do it to you. So you have to be very precise, and you have to do it very quickly, because they're going to do the same thing to you if you don't. That's probably why people think that. Another reason people probably think that is because CSGO and Valorant are incredibly ranked mode elo focused, ladder focused. No one gives a fuck about unranked Valorant or CSGO. I don't know anyone who plays those things. No one plays CSGO casually without playing ranked. Yeah. They don't exist. Meanwhile, in Call of Duty, most people only play casually. It's a casual game. So I think that's another reason why people might think that. Which doesn't really say anything about how much skill the games actually take, but that's why they would be referred to that way. Does a game like Valorant have a higher skill ceiling than a game with a much longer TTK, such as Apex? I don't know, man. So Apex is a BR. Valorant is like I don't know what you would refer to that as. That type of game. Ranked search. I don't know. But they're very different genres of game. Although they are both FPSs. Does Valorant have a higher skill ceiling than Apex? I legitimately don't know. So like Valorant and Apex, both of those games, you have to manage cooldowns with your abilities, because they both have abilities like that. So you can probably call that a wash. I think being able to rotate into circles in a BR, it's so different each and every game, whereas Valorant is the same 5 maps. You can memorize 5 static maps and 2 spawns, call it 10 landscapes, much more easily than you can memorize every possible circle and rotation in a BR. I don't think that's even possible to do. So that edge would probably go to Apex. And then the ability to like track. So here's probably the thing Apex incentivizes tracking way more than Valorant does. But Valorant prioritizes flicking way more than Apex does. So then you might ask, what takes more skill when you're aiming? Flicks or tracking? And that's a debate. But that's not like a question you can answer. People have different thoughts on that. Raiden came on the program. He said tracking is harder than flicking. I think Tanner agreed with that. So if you do think tracking is harder than flicking, then again, that would go to Apex. But yeah, I don't know. I just haven't played either of these enough to like give you a solid answer. But I would lean toward Apex, probably. Yeah. Yeah.
I just think the general thought always has been, like I said, those games are all K-BAM focused. So I think just like the nature of like the whole PC scene, it's just they're also always going to say their games are more skillful than playing a game like COD, is because there's like no controllers allowed, and that's what those kids are thinking when they say that. That's like the main part of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like Jake is saying in chat, like the memorizing a couple maps is definitely going to be easier than like being able to rotate. I think even you could go so far as to say, like, if you're a Valorant pro, you're going to know every map and every spawn, and you'll memorize it. And like you can start to pattern recognition that very relatively quickly. Whereas in Apex, yeah, you could play on the same map 1,000 times. You'll never have the same two games because the circles will be in slightly different areas. You'll drop in different areas. Where you are in relationship to the next circle, it's literally always different. And that does take, I would say, more skill because you have to get good at rotating. You don't have to get good at a particular rotation or set of rotations. So if you have to memorize like 5 maps, 2 spawns, 10 different spawns, and where to position your character on 3 lanes, so we'll even call it 30. You still only have to memorize 30 scenarios. Whereas in a BR, you can't memorize the scenarios because they're always different. You're not capable of trying to memorize anything. You have to always be doing it on the fly in some sense. And I think that's what Jake's saying. I see the point.
Also,
I agree with it.
Those games are a lot more team focused. Like, we can load up Warzone right now, and L will be 400 meters away, not telling us anything and killing people, right? So it's like we don't necessarily even need him with us. He's off doing his own thing. In a game like CSGO, like, I get what you're saying, Jake, like knowing the same angles everyone uses, but then that, like, you say that, but that means pushing those angles is not easy to do. Like, pushing an objective is very hard because you're right, it's like a very small map, so people are holding the same angle, so you have to think, like, you have to do like a quick peek and see if they're in this angle. They're like, okay, they're not there. They could be hiding behind this wall. This wall is bangable. Should I take a shot and see if they're there? Should I not do anything? But then you have to talk to your teammates and actually communicate and be like, okay, I'm going to push through hall, you flash it. So, like, CSGO's, like, flashes work in a cool way where, like, you can throw it. It can be at your feet, but if you're looking the other direction, it doesn't do anything to you. So, so that goes really well with team play. So you tell them, okay, flash. So they'll say, okay, I'm dropping my flash. You start running in. As you're moving, you turn the other way real quick. The flash goes off. You jump down. You kill the guy that was just flashed. There's a lot of, like, strategic plays going on there that you don't ever have to think about in a BR like Warzone or something, because it's just chimp push, rush into a building, you hear the guy, you kill him. You know, it's like CSGO, everyone's also crouch walking around, or I mean, not crouch walking, but just walking, so you don't even hear footsteps half the time, so you have to listen for them to either be running for a split second or just have to figure out where they are. It's, I don't know, they're very stressful and annoying games to play. That's why I couldn't play CSGO for long. It's just, they're fucking hard. Like, I played the game for a pretty long time, and I just couldn't get past this one rank. I was just stuck there forever. I would D-rank, then go up. It was very hard. But, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I think
ultimately, yeah. I don't play them enough to give an answer. Go ahead.
I think also just like the FPS scene is changing because BRs are still so new, like no one respects them yet, really, and like no one's gonna respect a game like Warzone. They're gonna say, "Oh, Counter-Strike is a harder game," because Counter-Strike has been a video game for what 20 years. So it's like that's just So it's like naturally people are just gonna say that's more skillful, but yeah, I don't know if I agree with that anymore. It's definitely just a different type of skill on both games.
Yeah. So yeah, the two questions are which one does take more skill, and then your question, which was why is it referred to as higher skill? I think why it's referred to as higher skill is an easier question to answer. Again, it's because they are older. They were the first like competitive FPS games. The first competitive FPS game was like CS:GO. I can't think of anything.
I think it was
older
Quake.
Than that.
I think
Quake.
Quake was
Arena.
the original. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah. So that's one part, but also it's because the entire game is based on rank. Everyone who plays goes for rank. So everyone playing it has the competitive mindset. So they all are trying to like, increase their skill. Whereas in Call of Duty, a lot of people are just casual shit cans. And another thing too, by the way, in BRs, you're playing pubs. You're playing against you're fucking stomping shit cans. There isn't a Valorant tournament where there is a Valorant professional tournament where the goal is how many 6-man pub stacks can this pro team fuck in a row before they lose.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just fucking stupid. And that's why these dumb fucking kill race tournaments are a joke. Yeah. It's because like, okay, I don't care. So that's another reason for the perception. That's what you asked, but I'm not sure that's what you exactly were getting at. But anyways.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of saying to him in chat too. Is like every single person you play against in ranked matchmaking is very good. They're always better than you. But yeah, when you play, like if Jake is loading up into a Warzone lobby, he's literally going to be the top player in that lobby probably 90+% of the time, actually. Yeah. Like KD wise, he's going to be the top player. It's like if he goes into ranked CS:GO, that's not going to be that way at all. Because everyone's just fucking good that you're playing against. And they've been playing the game, for 20 years. Since the original Counter-Strike. I remember I had the original Counter-Strike, like, well, not like the original, but like I think I had 1.5, which was CS 1.6 was when it got popular. 1.5, I remember I got the CD from Target like years ago. I was in like middle school or something. We were at Target and I was like, oh, like, can I buy this game like Counter-Strike? I've heard it's like, whatever. And I was like $20. My mom let me buy it. Just fucking kids up.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next. Fizz Eek, not changing it. There's an underscore in the middle of his name. Why? Asks. This is an odd question. Best fuck up you've ever heard or seen? That's a great question. I don't know if I can think of one, but Tanner, any fuck ups?
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, you need to make it more specific. I don't know. Best fuck up. I see fuck ups every day. I don't know. I'm in our Discord. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I've got nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about this more. It's annoying me because I'm in my brain, I'm like, man, I know I've seen some fucking hilarious mistakes being made. I just can't think of a particular one. My subconscious will get to work on that, and if I think of one, I'll let you know. But at this time, I don't know. I can't think of any particular ones. But I know I've seen some stupendous, brilliant fuck-ups before. I can tell you about the best fuck-up I've ever seen, though.
What?
Me and Joey and Gabe and Michael went to Joey's sister's condo house dwelling in Pasadena to drink booze. We were under 21, so we were 20 or 19 or 18. I think we were probably like 20, 19. We go in his Mustang, which he ended up crashing, I think, right?
He's crashed every vehicle he's owned, yeah.
Got it. So yeah. So we go, we drink. Joey definitely drinks, but he's not like super fucked up. Like, I don't think he was even over 0.08, probably. Almost certainly not. However, since he's under 21, it's illegal to drink anything at all and then drive. So next thing we do, of course, is drive. And we're going to some other kickback or something. And we're in Pasadena. The streets are fucking weird there. And he makes a right turn from the middle lane of a one-way street. So it's a one-way street, and there are 3 lanes.
Oh, Joey loves doing dumb shit like that.
And guess what? You have to go straight on all of them. And if you want to make a right turn, you need to be in the right lane to do that.
Oh, is that how you make a right turn? Yeah.
That is how you make a right turn in this on this particular street. You don't do it from the left lane, certainly. You also don't do it from the middle lane. So of course, next thing we do, we're in the middle lane, we bust a right turn. It was relatively safe. I don't think there were cars around. It wasn't dangerous or anything.
It's just classic Joey.
But it was absolutely illegal. Oh, and by the way, Michael and I are in the back seat. We're each sitting on top of like a 30 rack. So we have just so much beer. It's not open, but we've got booze on us. So then we get pulled over. And the cop is like, do you know why I pulled you over? And then Joey's like, no. And then he's like, it's because that right turn you just made was illegal. And then he starts like shining the light in the car, sees the beer, and he's like, oh, okay. How old are you? He's 19. The guy's like, okay, that's interesting. That's good to know. Have you been drinking tonight? And then Joey's like, honestly, I had a drink. He probably had 3, but still he wasn't fucked up or anything. But like, I'm like fine to drive or whatever. And the cop's like, okay, bud. So gets him out, does a field sobriety test on him. I thought I told you the story. Does a field sobriety test on him. Joey passes the field sobriety test. And the cop is like, you need to go straight home. Right now, I'm just going to let you go. And then he was like, all right, thanks, officer. And then he let us go. And the reason that that's a great fuck up is this. If he had not drank anything and we didn't have beer on us, instead of being let off, he would have gotten a ticket for making an illegal right turn. So drinking and driving like saved him from getting a traffic ticket.
There you go, kids. Drink and drive. There's your lesson.
Amen. Drink and drive. Yeah.
Wow.
It was funny. I was like, dude, do you like realize that? And we were like, whoa, it's crazy.
That's classic Joey. Yeah. Classic Joey. He's the craziest, dumbest driver, I swear.
It was funny for sure. But yeah, it's like literally because he drank and drive, we didn't get a ticket at all, or he didn't get a ticket at all. I was like, wow. Crazy. So, anyway. Cool. King, camper, controller, gamer, K. Do you think your Warzone skills would improve if you played with teammates who were more optimistic, and working hard to improve? Do you think having teammates who are always bitching about aim assist and how shitty of a game Warzone is negatively affects your gameplay, Tanner?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, we've tried to cut it out. Raz usually every time we play says this is the worst fucking game I've ever played. Holy shit.
Which is of course true. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm like, you got to stop saying that. It just tilts you. It tilts everyone else. It tilts the stream. You got to just stop saying it. So yeah, I mean, saying shit like that does have an effect on everything for sure. But yeah, that's kind of why we've stopped bitching about aim assist and bitching about how shitty of a game Warzone is, because we all know how shitty of a game Warzone is. So yeah, you don't want a teammate that's always bitching like that. It's not going to be a good time, and you're actually gonna do worse with someone like that, because like they're tilting themselves without even knowing it.
True.
Like True. Really. So.
So do you think your Warzone skills would improve if you play with teammates who are more optimistic and working hard to improve? I think that team would do better because your teammates are trying to get better at the game. I don't know if that would improve my skills particularly. I think it would, because if your teammates are better, you'll get more practice per game because you'll make it farther per game. So this is one thing that kind of sucks about being below average in Warzone. You get less practice. Because if you get an average of 2 kills per Warzone game, for example, then you got in at least 2 gunfights and before you stopped getting in gunfights. Whereas if you average like 5 kills per game, well, now you're getting in 5 gunfights at least per game, and therefore you're getting more than double the amount of practicing gunfighting in Warzone time in, you know?
Yeah.
It kind of sucks. So, and it's hard to do that because, like, if you average 0.3 kills per game, it's like you're not really getting any practice in. So how are you going to improve? Like, it's hard. It's a hard question to answer. But if you're playing with better players, then you'll get bought back a bunch, or you'll be able to like observe or just help, and you'll get carried farther along in a match. So I think for that reason, if they're working hard to improve, I think your skills would over time improve a little bit, just because your team would be put in a better position and go farther per game. I don't know if the optimism has much to do with that as far as skills go. I think when your teammates are always bitching, if that negatively affects your gameplay, I think it depends on you. I think that's relatively subjective. I think for everyone can say, if your teammates are being shitty, you will have less fun. Yeah. I think that's true for everyone. Whether or not it makes you also play worse, I think that is not always the case. I think that depends on the person. But I think regardless of who you are, you're going to have less fun. And that's the more important consideration, because you play a video game to have fun. So,
yeah.
So if you're playing with teammates who are negative, even if they're not making you play worse, they're impacting your enjoyment, and that's the whole fucking point. So that's even worse than negatively affecting your gameplay, arguably. So, yeah, definitely want positive people as your teammates for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Let me get to this real quick. Hold on.
Go ahead, little bitch boy.
Hank Swift with the 5 gifted, and Drunk Tater with the 5 gifted. Boys, let's fucking go. Hank with 1,000 bits earlier, and now the 5 gifted. Thank you very much, King. Appreciate you greatly. And Drunk Tater, what's up, dude? Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for those 5 gifted, King. Appreciate you. And Urban, thanks for the 5 bits, you dumb piece of shit.
Dumb bitch.
Thanks, boys.
Indeed.
Appreciate it very much.
All right, next. Rights. Oh, this is a topical question.
Yeah.
Not on purpose, but who are your favorite UFC fighters and why? I have a feeling Tanner doesn't give a shit.
Correct.
Got it. Cool. My favorite UFC fighter of all time is Anderson the Spider Silva. That dude fucks. He's retired now, but he was really fun to watch. Deeply talented, deeply skilled. Definitely did some steroids, which wasn't great, but I feel like most people have done steroids in the UFC, so kind of an even playing field. But he was super goddamn fun to watch. He was so good on the ground and at standing up that it was a very, very rare type of person, especially back when he was fighting. There were not, at Anderson Silva's peak, many people, if any, who were expert level by UFC standards, standing up and on the ground. Those people were exceedingly rare if they existed at all when Anderson was like in his prime. Now, I'm not some huge fucking UFC nerd. There probably were a couple of others, but not really that I can think of. Chuck Liddell was like really good at standing and wrestling. He never wrestled, but he also never got taken down. So maybe that's another like sort of analogous situation where someone's an expert in two different domains in that era. But yeah, Anderson Silva was my favorite UFC fighter. Who's still currently fighting? I don't really know. I don't keep up with UFC much anymore. I think what's the fucking guy? God damn it. The karate guy.
Oh.
Chuck Liddell's dead. He's not. The karate guy. Who's the karate guy? White dude? Does
There's
karate?
No white dude that's a karate guy.
I swear to God there is, and he's super fun to watch. He's not the best fighter in the UFC by any means. Wonder Boy, yeah. What's his actual name? But Wonder Boy. He's really fun to watch, as well as Israel Adesanya. He is really fun to watch. He's like Anderson Silva 2.0. Not as good at jiu-jitsu as Anderson was, probably, but a better striker, to be sure.
Who's that guy Jake used to play with in M-Dub? What was his name?
Oh, fucking Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Sugar Sean, yeah. Sugar
That
Sean.
guy's super talented too. And
I
he's
could
one of
beat him
these
up.
dudes.
I'm gonna go into his chat.
He
and say
looks
that.
like you could just beat the fuck out of him, but you can't. And he's like
could.
really deeply skilled. It's crazy because watching Sean O'Malley's knockouts, he really doesn't look like he hits that hard. But when all of these people are just falling asleep, he of course hits that hard. It just doesn't like look like it. In the same way that fucking what's the fucking guy's name? Who's that giant fucking black dude built like a comic book superhero? I don't
Terry
remember
Crews.
that guy's name. Well, he's one of them, but no.
He's fucking huge, yeah.
But I'll use a different guy then. Derek Lewis, when that dude punches you, it looks like it hits hard. It looks like he hits hard as fuck. You know, Sugar Sean O'Malley, it doesn't look that hard. But when everyone's falling asleep, it's like, well, he does. It's crazy. It's really cool
We
to
should
watch.
test how hard my punch is by
Not
punching
Francis,
you
though.
in the
Oh,
face
yeah, Francis
on stream.
Ngannou. Yeah, Francis Ngannou. Say again, Tanner?
We should test how hard my punch is by punching you in the face live on Twitch.
Well, we could.
Yeah.
We could. So, yeah, here's what we'll do. We'll have Tanner punch me his hardest. I might sneeze. And then I'm going to punch him my hardest. And he's going to have he's going to fall into a coma. Right?
Yeah, you think?
And we'll compare how much harder one punch looks than the other. And then we'll say, well, let's analyze this. Yeah, that's a great idea, Tanner. I second that. So, anyways, that's my answer. But yeah, I'm not a
Cool.
big UFC fan these days. I really like and respect the UFC. I just don't have the time to watch it. Not that I of course have the time, but I don't care enough to. I'm not paying $50 to watch a pay-per-view event, number one.
Yeah, can
And
they
also,
stop charging for it like that?
They really need
It's
to.
fucking
Yeah.
2021. Why are we still doing pay-per-view here, guys?
They need to just live stream it on YouTube and sell ads and make a fuck ton of money. They arguably would make more money doing that than pay-per-view events.
Well, no one
Probably
pays
not.
for it anyways. They always just find streams. And I don't think Gabe has
That's
ever
the
once
thing,
paid for
exactly.
it. He just
Yeah.
always finds a dog shit stream.
Yeah, it used to be so much easier to find pirated streams, though.
Are they not?
Once it started getting like moderately difficult, I just stopped caring.
Really?
Yeah, it's harder now. There are ways to do it, of course, but
Yeah.
it's harder.
Yeah, there's
There
always
used to
some
be
sketchy
like a-
website.
There used to be a fucking subreddit where you just go to the subreddit, like streaming fights or whatever the fucking subreddit was called. Go to the pinned thread at Fight Night and you would just click on one of 80 links and it was fucking 4K, 120 frames per second.
Damn.
VR, virtual reality
Well.
fucking live stream at 8,000 terabytes per second quality. It was fantastic. But then that subreddit got banned and yeah, so Well, Jake, I'm not 21 years old like you, and I'm not hip on all the internet piracy shit these days. I'm not up on pirating other people's content like you are.
Dude, I used to be
boy.
on Pirate Bay every single day.
Yep. Pirate
Always
Bay
downloading
fucks, dude.
shit. Video games, movies, TV series, music. Holy shit. RIP Pirate Bay.
Yeah. That was a good one, by the way. Mouth breather. Yeah, F's in the chat for Pirate Bay indeed. Okay. Next. Get scammed. Should Activision implement a verified regular Joe tournament player list where average players can sign up to be the regular Joes in custom tourneys so custom lobbies can be kill races with even lobby KDs and can be verified not to be cheating? Wow.
No, they can't.
What an
do that.
idea. What an idea that is.
They can't do that. No. I thought where this question was going was, should there be like more like amateur tournaments? And I was going to say, yes, there should be. Because the pro scene hasn't changed since Warzone came out. People aren't allowed to get into the pro scene. It's cringe. I'm sick of watching the same people over and over again. There needs to be some way for really good players that you know are probably better than a lot of these other pros to get in there, but they just can't right now because it's just all held down. These tournaments are invite only. So, you know, one person gets a captain spot. They invite their friend who's played in 40 other tournaments, and no one else is ever going to get into the scene. It's cringe. But maybe they'll make a Warzone league one day. But no, get scammed. This is one of the worst ideas I've ever had. They could just get their friends in there and tell them where to land and get easy kills, and it's that simple. So no.
Also, kill races are out. They're not popular anymore. So even if this idea was good, which it isn't, no one's interested in it anymore. And that's for the better.
Yeah, and that's true too, Snob. They could just fuck up their stats basically to get like a certain KD or something and not be that way at all. No.
Yeah,
of course.
It would be cool if they had like because they have like CDL amateur league, don't they?
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. There's some amateur league, and those guys,
like an officials amateur.
Yeah.
League.
Once they get good enough, and guys in the pro league end up falling off, kind of, then those guys start getting signed to orgs and shit. But yeah, Warzone, it's like you either play in the you're either basically Aiden, Huskers, or OP marked, or you don't play in the tournaments. There's no one else. You can't get into the scene. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, you actually just have to know someone.
You have to know someone. Yep. There are probably so many better players than a bunch of those guys out there, but they just can't get in.
Like Booyah and Biffle, for example. They're really good for sure, but there are plenty of players as good or better than them who no one knows. And the reason they are in all these tournaments,
Swag, actually.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Exactly. And the reason those two guys are in the pro tournaments now and fucking Jakedown isn't, is because they're friends with Swag, who has 1 million+ subs on YouTube. So yeah, there's no like official way to get in on merit, which sucks, but it would be hard for them to do. Let's get an anti-cheat before we worry about an amateur Warzone fucking thing. Honestly, yeah, that's where I'm at. But anyway. Ooh, this is a question. So Urban says, if you could punch one person in the face, dead or alive, including myself, who would it be?
Excluding Urban, though. That's kind of tough.
I've changed the question.
Excluding Urban, I would probably say I would punch his mom right in the face and say, don't have a child, stop it. And I'd knock her the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do. Other than that, maybe... Who would I like to punch in the face? I wouldn't mind punching Raz in the face. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. Well,
Jera needs to be punched in the face sometimes, I think. Probably... Yeah. Let's see. I think I'd punch Joe Biden in the face.
Biden would be a great one.
Biden, Trump, they'd all be great ones to punch.
He might die if you
mouth.
Punched him in the face, honestly.
Gavin
He's really
Newsom,
old. Wouldn't
him
be
in the mouth.
the end of the world, I guess.
It'd be a better question asking who I wouldn't want to punch in the mouth. There's very few people I like, so I would arguably punch way more people than I would not want to punch.
Yeah.
Bobby
I
Kotick,
would-
that's another good one. Knock him
Bobby
the fuck out.
Kotick's a great one, yeah. So, the obvious one, dead or alive, you could say like Hitler, Stalin, Mao
Yeah,
Zedong.
it's so cliche. That's why I said Urban's
Kim
mom.
Jong-il. Well, no, those are fine candidates, but I have someone whom I would like to punch in the face more than all of them because the evils they've committed transcend the hundreds of millions combined that they have all killed. I'd have to do some work first. First, what I would do is I would go online and I'd do some research. And I would type into Google, which evil piece of shit human is responsible for the exorbitant salaries that teachers get in the state of California. I would find the answer, and that person is who I would punch in the face. Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
That person. Because teachers get paid too much. Far too much.
You think?
Yes. That would be my answer.
There are a lot of shitty teachers, too.
There are plenty
If we
of
should
shit
blame
teachers,
anyone,
true,
we
yeah.
need to blame the dog shit teachers union and get rid of the teachers union. They're the one
Yeah,
that
so the
keep all the
president-
horrible
yep.
teachers.
The president of the teachers union, I would hold
Punch in
his
the face,
stupid
yeah.
fucking throat and just punch him as hard as I can in his dumb face. Yeah.
Let's figure out who it is. Who's the head of the teachers union?
Let's firebomb the teachers union's office, dude. In game, of course.
Head of
It's a joke.
teachers union, Los Angeles. Let's look this person up. President Cecily Mayart Cruz. She's a teacher and an activist, if that tells you anything. She needs to be more than
shocker.
punched, yeah.
A Californian union president who's an activist? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that person. Just fucking send it, dude. You know what I would do is I would get like a fucking kickboxing or Muay Thai instructor. I would do private lessons for a year, 7 days a week, and just maximize my punching efficiency and power. And then I would do it. Yeah, that's what I would do. So. It would have
Waiting
been
for
you.
Superman.
Didn't exclude yourself though. So.
Yeah, Urban's the easy answer for
Urban's
sure.
the number one, of course, candidate. Yeah. So, anyways, let's move on. Steel Switch. I don't want to answer this unless you do.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to.
It's just, okay. All right. C Block. Do you think the next COD BR would benefit from a more advanced buy station system? Oh, dude! Before I finish this, I had a thought. You know how it's so much easier to buy teammates back on controller than on keyboard and mouse?
Yeah.
There needs to be a feature where if you press, so you know you have to so for example on keyboard and mouse, you press F to open the buy station menu.
Yeah.
Here's how it should work. If one of your teammates is dead or more, you have the option to tap F and it'll automatically buy someone back if you have enough money. And if you wanted to access the menu, you hold F for like 500 milliseconds. So that way I could just run up to the buy station, tap that bitch while I'm getting fucking blown up by some young man using a Krig with absolutely no recoil, and I can get a buy off before I'm dead.
Interesting.
I would love that feature, and it would help even the playing field between the input methods. So Activision, let's get on.
I hate the buy
Anyways.
station with K-Bam. Yeah, it's a fucking
It's so
disaster.
trash, dude. It's so trash.
No, the way we need to approach it is we need to say it's not accessible for us. Because you know how they've been all about the
True.
accessibility shit lately? That's what it needs to be. I should say something like, dude, like, I was born with a defect in my right arm. I can't, like, move it that fast. So when I go to the buy station, I have to use my mouse. I can't buy someone fast enough, and then I just end up dying. That's your ableist pieces of shit. That's what we need to do to get Activision to change it, because that they will go for.
True. Absolutely true. Yeah. Also, the confirmation menu, that's a good point, White Ren. I think they can keep the confirmation menu for everything except squad redeploys. If I click on my teammate, bring him back. I don't need a Oh, are you sure you want to buy this guy back? Yes, I am, in fact. Just do it. But like for, whatever, an RCXD, you're goddamn right. You better give me a confirmation window because of course I didn't mean it. So anyways.
Yeah.
C Block, do you think the next COD BR would benefit from a more advanced buy station system where you could buy an attachment for 2K, a base gun for 10K, or a perk for 6K?
No.
That is certainly a question. What are your thoughts, Tanner?
I mean, it doesn't really even make any sense, C Block. If this was Blackout, maybe you could buy a gun or an attachment or something, but this just flat out makes zero sense when it comes to Warzone. I mean, yeah, you're not. What are you going to buy an attachment for? If one of your ground loot guns? Why would you waste money on an attachment when you can just save that money for a loadout drop or something? Yeah, I mean, absolutely not.
Yeah, so if loadouts are still in the game, then none of those things would ever be worth buying, ever. And if loadouts weren't in the game, this system would not be superior to the loadout system. Therefore, no. In no universe can I conceive where I would like this. Yeah, I'm curious, C Block, what you meant, honestly, because I don't get it. But definitely not. No. Absolutely not. Oh, this is a good question. From Whitey, the child. What is your favorite weird food combination? So some people like to fucking, I don't know, dip French fries in milkshakes. Don't do that. I get it though. That sounds like it could be pretty good, but I'm not for it. What's another weird food combination that I've seen? Fuck, I can't think of any. However, here's mine. We have an old family recipe on my mother's side of the family from Indiana, the South. So they like their calories, put it that way. And here's the recipe. You make you put like a casserole dish, you put a bunch of mashed potatoes in it, and then you put like cheese and sour cream and whatever, butter, so much butter. And so now sounds real good, right? Here's the weird combination part. You put fucking cornflakes in it, like cereal. You put cornflakes in it. And then you bake it or heat it up or whatever you do, barbecue it. And then it's a joke. It's a joke, relax. And then it fucks, dude. It's so good. So it's like this mashed potato, like whatever casserole, but the cornflakes add some texture. Jake fuming right now. Some texture to an otherwise mushy side dish. So it's like the potatoes, the cheese, the sour cream. This is all just soft. But then you add the cornflakes, not frosted flakes. We're not that insane. Although we could be, but we're not. Just unflavored cornflakes. Only for the crunch. And then it makes the dish so much better. Now, Jake Down, Burger Smoothie, would tell you texture doesn't matter. Here is one of many, many possible scenarios that point to the opposite, which is, of course, texture matters. And adding cornflakes to this dish elevates it to a sublime echelon. We're really on another tier of calorie-dense, carb disaster side dishes. So that's my weird food combination. What about you, Tanner?
Trying to think if I have anything actually weird that I'm like embarrassed to admit. So there is one thing that I don't think is weird at all, but everyone else seems to think it's weird, is a chicken pot pie with rice.
Oh yeah, that fuck
people
you.
think that's weird.
And still fuck you for
that's
doing
really
it.
not
Yeah.
that weird. It's bomb. You gotta try it. You put white rice, put some butter on it, then you put a chicken pot pie on top of it, then all the juices from the chicken pot pie go on. It's fucking bomb. It's really, really good. Chicken pot pie is awful by itself, honestly. You need something else with it. What are you gonna eat? Veggies with it? No. Try it with rice. It's bomb.
Are in the pot pie, dude.
Cool. There's 4 peas in the pot pie.
We'll make better pot pies, dude.
I don't make them. I get the frozen Marie Callender's ones. That's why I need rice with it, because it's not good.
I will say rice with that doesn't sound bad. It sounds
it's
perfectly
delicious.
fine. It's just I would never ever think to put rice next to it. But
It's
it could
also
work. Yeah,
so
I
that
believe it.
the thing is that little chicken pot pie isn't filling enough. So that's why you
Monarch
also
now.
need okay, hold on. So that's why you also
so
need
mad.
like rice with it, because you need to fill yourself up, you know?
Okay, yeah, sure.
But other than that, I don't have weird food combos because I'm not weird, right? What's some like? Yeah, there's people that
People
like
do
put
weird shit.
like ketchup on everything, like ketchup on fucking spaghetti and shit. I feel like people like that had parents growing up that didn't know how to cook, and so they eat weird stuff or put odd condiments on certain foods because they expect it to taste bad.
True. Yeah.
Like,
I think you're right.
Like my dad, like can eat. Well, he doesn't really like steak, but he can eat it without like A1 steak sauce, and he likes it well done. And it's because growing up, his parents couldn't cook, so it's like he probably always had dog shit meat. So he's like, oh, this is gonna taste gross. I'm gonna put a bunch of steak sauce on it and cook it well done, because they just don't know any better because that's the way they grew up. But yeah, I don't have any weird food things really. I'm normal, dude. I eat normal stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like.
We're white.
I
How
know
weird
that
can we
there
get?
are weird food things that I've seen people do that I don't do. You know what I used to think was a weird combination was
What?
pizza with ranch. When I was a kid,
Yeah.
that was weird, and I remember seeing my first instance of this happening. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Are you insane? Is Arden modded yet?" By the way,
Relax.
let's come on. This is a miscarriage of justice. Please mod him. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? This is so weird. But I didn't like ranch at the time either, but now I've learned it's not that weird. People do it. I'm in favor of ranch on pizza. I'll admit it.
It's also
be
again one of those things where like if the place has really good ranch, then I'll do it. But then also if the pizza's good, I don't want to ruin it just with a bunch of ranch, you know?
That's fair. Yeah. That's how I feel about steak too. If I get a nice steak, I'm not using barbecue sauce.
Well, you
or
shouldn't
ketchup.
use barbecue sauce. You should kill yourself before you use barbecue sauce.
In a video game, maybe. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No, you're right though. You're right though. Actually, when I was younger, I would put barbecue sauce on shit steak, but now barbecue sauce is too sweet for even the worst type of steak.
Yeah.
So if I'm having shitty steak, I'll use ketchup. That's as far as I'll go. But barbecue sauce is too sweet.
Ketchup with steak?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
weird
yeah.
right there.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll do it.
That's
Is
very
that a weird combination?
Of course it is.
What?
Ketchup and steak? Yes.
Yeah.
Of course
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
weird.
No, it's not.
Tomato and steak? Yes, that's weird.
Okay, hear me out though. Is ketchup on a cheeseburger weird? Of course
Kind
it's
of.
not.
It's not weird, but it's not my favorite thing. I don't put ketchup on a homemade burger, no.
No,
They
that's
don't
fine.
put ketchup on In-N-Out burgers.
It's fine if you don't like it, but we all agree it's not weird. So if ketchup on beef in that instance isn't weird, I don't think it's that weird.
Well,
because
because it's sucked up by like cheese and vegetables and bread. Just meat and ketchup is weird.
I don't know. Yeah. So maybe that's a weird food combination. I would rather not put ketchup on my steak. I usually don't, because if the steak is good, I absolutely don't want ketchup on it, because I want to taste the fucking meat. But if it's not good, I will gladly.
When was the last time you had a bad steak?
Yeah, it's been a while now. I mean,
It was your dad over here. If your dad makes a bad steak, you should throw it back in his face.
yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, so, yeah, I don't know when I've had the last time I had a bad steak is. Or not even bad, but just a middling steak.
There's almost no such thing as a bad steak, yeah. It's just like you go somewhere like Outback Steakhouse or Applebee's
badly prepared one.
and you get
Yeah.
a steak and it's like, okay, this is a tough, not great tasting steak, but it's still beef. It's fine. It's fine. You're going to be okay, you know?
A lot of it is, yeah, like you said, if it's just poorly prepared. If it's a bad cut, I never eat bad cuts of steak, actually, like a filet mignon. I mean, what the fuck are we doing? I don't eat any type of filet, good, bad, or indifferent.
Wow. They're kind of growing on me, dude. I'm going to be honest. They're growing on me.
What do you mean they're growing on you? You had a filet recently or what? Tell us about your filet experience.
Well, I have to... if I ever make steak now, I basically have to just buy Sierra filet because it costs more, but she ends up cutting half of it off if it's like a ribeye or something because she wants absolutely zero fat on it. So with the filet, it's
that was
perfect.
me when I was
she
6.
gets the entire thing and none of it goes to waste. Like with ribeyes, so much of it is just wasted because she won't eat it. So, yeah, last time I went, I just bought her some, and then I had a bite of it, and I was like, dude, this fucks. It was really, really good. I was like, wow, I know it's so tender.
Mad.
Oh, it's delicious.
Is it better than a ribeye?
Of course not. No, but it's good.
Okay, good. All right.
No, I'm not. I'm not a child. Yeah.
Like Face Esquire.
Yeah. Of course I'm not.
We
Face
haven't
Esquire.
completely lost you yet.
No.
But I mean, you're straying real close.
Yeah.
Fillets they're fine because they're beef, but they're uninteresting. That's what I would say. Fillets aren't even bad. They're just uninteresting.
They don't have flavor.
There's no fat. Yeah, there's no fat. Therefore, there's no flavor. It tastes like beef without any marbling. It's fine, I guess, and it's soft. Hey, get jaw muscles, be an adult, and chew. It doesn't matter, and it'll taste better. Get a fucking ribeye, like a grown person would do.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
God, it makes me so fucking mad. Fuck Sierra. I just can't believe it.
It's something else that's kind of weird with like the way she eats stuff is like I can eat, say, cinnamon rolls for breakfast, like Pillsbury cinnamon rolls, put them in the oven. I can eat those for breakfast. But like her, when she has something sweet like that, she has to have something else. So then she'll literally go in the kitchen after she eats cinnamon rolls and make one plain egg and eat it, just so it's not all sweet. I'm like, what? It's weird.
That's very strange.
But
I mean, that's probably a good habit, but it's just like a craving for a plain egg after a cinnamon roll is very strange. Yeah.
And eggs are dog shit. We shouldn't be eating eggs. It's really that simple. Find something better to eat, human race.
Yeah, eggs are like fillets. They're just woefully uninteresting. Yeah. They're fine.
They need to have so much other shit with it.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to do a lot to an egg to make it
like with the fillet, you need a mushroom peppercorn sauce, right? Because they're dog shit.
You need that. You need to cook it perfectly. You need maybe some MDMA. Maybe that would make a fillet like an enjoyable thing to eat. But by itself, it's just not. No flavor.
Got it.
It's just soft beef. You know what you should do if you like fillets? You should have the grown-up in your life, your guardian, get a ribeye, chew it up for you like you're a fucking baby bird, and then spit it onto your plate because you're allergic to chewing food. I'll chew it for you, but eat something with flavor, please.
Damn.
It's not that hard. Anyways.
You need to go to Flappy Jack's. You'll never go, but they have their tri-tip and eggs. That sounds
so familiar.
It's in
That's
Glendora.
On Route 66, right?
Their tri-tip and eggs, fuck. They give you 2 strips of tri-tip. Oh my god. Eggs, hash browns, toast. That may have been what I was talking about when I said the hash brown story. Or the famous hash brown line, I wonder. Because I think I've talked about that place before, but god, it's so... Steak and eggs, fuck.
Yeah. I've been to Flappy Jack's a couple times when I really feel like waiting in line for
2.5
an hour.
hours for breakfast. Yeah.
When I really feel like doing that, I've been to Flappy Jack's, and I don't remember what I got ever, but it was always excellent. Yeah. That place is really good.
There's always people waiting. Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you had, do you like carbonara? The pasta?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It has like a bunch of shit in it, right?
It's got like egg in it. It's like, I think it's technically linguine noodles, but it like looks like, I think it's spaghetti. I don't know. But it's like there's an egg in it or like an egg yolk or something. I don't know. I've never made it. I've just had it. But then there's like peas, like pancetta.
Peas are underrated.
AKA bacon, basically.
Okay.
It's not fettuccine. Yeah, it's not fettuccine.
Linguine is skinnier than spaghetti, but it's the same cylindrical shape.
Then it was linguine, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I ate last night. Dude, it's so fucking good. I love a good carbonara.
I should try that.
It's really
That's
good.
one thing about eggs is eggs can really enhance a dish. Like egg batter, egg yolk, These things can really enhance a dish. For example, white rice versus egg fried rice. Fried rice is just so much better.
Well, white rice is better.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna ask you again because I'm not sure you understood me.
Fried rice is overrated dog shit.
Okay. No,
If I ever go to a Chinese place, I get
Please.
chow mein. I am never getting their shitty fried rice.
Hold on.
And their fucking burnt scrambled eggs in it. No thanks.
Let me get this straight. You prefer steamed plain white rice to fried rice?
I would rather have rice with butter than fried rice. No one makes a good fried rice. They just don't. See ya.
All right. That's, you know what?
Fried rice is dog shit. It's really that simple. Make me a good fried rice and then I'll eat it.
I mean,
it doesn't exist.
I mean, what are we doing?
Fried rice fucking sucks.
With you?
If fried rice sucks. It's that simple.
You are out of your mind.
I've made fried rice before and I didn't even like it. I didn't like it.
You are out of your goddamn mind.
Am I?
How? I'm trying to load up Grid Fam.
What do you mean,
God
how?
damn it. The bit wasn't worth it. Hold on.
What do you mean how?
So, have you ever enjoyed fried rice from anywhere?
I just don't like fried rice. No. It's just always like, okay, it's fried rice. It's fine. Whatever. It's just not good.
That's so crazy. I can't believe. So, what do you put in your white steamed rice?
I'm kidding.
Wear
I don't.
A monk robe
I'm kidding. I don't actually like
lawn?
white steamed rice better, but fried rice is not good.
Okay.
Rice needs something like, if I'm eating white rice, that's why I like it with like chicken pot pie, because you get all that gravy that goes on it, and then it's bomb, and you get like the chunks of chicken and rice in it.
It's a vessel for sauces. Yeah.
Fried rice, there's always too much burnt, overcooked, like big chunks of egg in it, because these places again don't know how to cook it.
Yummy.
Disgusting.
And it's good.
Eggs are disgusting.
Yummy, dude. Yummy.
Or there'll be too many peas or some dumb shit like that. They just don't make good fried rice. It doesn't exist.
That's so crazy.
I hate fried rice.
Dude, here, okay. I don't think I've ever had fried rice I didn't like. Like, I feel like it's.
Well, you have no
just
taste buds. You also eat ketchup
good.
and steak, so.
Well, okay, well. As long as you don't like it less than white fucking rice, fine. If you prefer chow mein to fried rice, okay. I can continue doing this podcast.
Chow mein's
if
amazing.
That's the case. Chow mein's got a lot of vegetables in it. When I want noodles, I want noodles. And maybe some meat in there.
You're eating the wrong
maybe
Chinese
some spinach.
food then. I don't know what to tell you. Mine hardly has any veggies in it that I eat.
Huh. Yeah, maybe I would like that then. I like the chow mein noodles. The noodles, fuck. They're very good. But there's too many items usually. And it's like, okay, I'm picking fucking carrots and bamboo shoots out of my teeth. What are we doing? I don't know.
Taking a whole tree out.
It's like a whole fucking, it's like a greenhouse. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's something, I guess. I'm reeling. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm reeling from this take. This is just a nuclear
We're not doing
take.
any more questions. I'm mad.
Yeah. Well,
fried rice fucking sucks. Someone make a good fried rice and send it to the P.O. box. Send a recipe to the P.O. box, actually. How about that?
yeah. Okay. If Tanner wants to cook us up a batch of fried rice,
I'm not
with your
cooking it for
recipe-
you.
Oh, well, then don't send a recipe. Then don't send it. I'll burn the recipe before you get it. Unless I get a contract that you're making me a portion. Here's a take that I said in Discord and I got some pushback on, and I want some more clarity here. Okay. I said peas, the vegetable, are underrated. And then you deleted my message in Discord because that's how offended you were that I said peas are underrated. Peas, fuck.
They don't.
They're really good. And exactly as I said, here's my position on peas. They are rated under what they should be. They're good, dude. I don't know why exactly. I like the little squirt you get from biting into it, and it's like a vaguely sweet kind of taste. There's some kind of there's some pushback when you bite into a pea. The pea tells you, I'm not going to make it that easy for you. And then you,
The pea
of course,
didn't say that.
It does. It whispers it to me. And then you break through the interior and you just get sprayed with vaguely sweet pea juice. Peas fuck, dude.
Pea juice.
Why don't you like peas?
They're fine in dishes, but if you eat peas, like, there are people out there that will eat, you know, they'll make steak and then they'll have like mashed potatoes and then a side of like microwaved or steamed just peas.
Oh, that's fucking insane.
Well, that's what I'm
not
talking
what I'm
about.
talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's inside of something, then whatever. It can be fine. Like in the carbonara, it was fine. I don't love it, but it's like good because it's got all the other sauces on and it doesn't taste like a pea. That's why it's good. If you can't eat the food standalone, then it's not good. Kind of like what you were just saying about egg.
What about
It's
garlic?
like, I can eat garlic on its own, actually. Garlic
I
fucks.
hope you're
Garlic
I hope you're
is
lying.
good.
I really hope you're lying.
That's not a
but-
real food, though. Garlic is used to, like, season. You can't really count that.
Sure. Okay. That's fair.
Fucking idiot. I don't know. Yeah, peas are... It's just a weird thing to eat. Peas are like something that you eat when there's absolutely nothing left to eat. And you're like, oh, we got this can of peas here. You want to eat that? Instead of going to the grocery store.
Look, this isn't Tarkov. I'm not talking about fucking eating a can of peas by themselves. I mean
eat peas all the time.
in dishes. For example, fried rice. Fried rice often has peas in it. And every time I see some peas on my fork in my delicious fried rice, I get a little more excited for that bite. Because peas are a real nice little treat in that bite. Peas are good, dude. I like peas a lot. They're fantastic.
We're going to make a lot of people order a Panda Express today. They're all going to be listening to this episode Monday, going to be at work, and then they're going to get real hungry and order a Panda Express fried rice. And you should all be ashamed of yourselves.
I ate Panda Express in college. Like 1 week, I had it like 4 times. And it was one of those things where it was so good. And then in the middle of like that 4th time that week, I was like, oh, this is disgusting. And I can't eat it since then. It just makes me sick.
Oh, it's awful, yeah.
I just over consumed it, and then I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I regret it. 'Cause I really used to like Panda.
Yeah, Panda's not
overdid it.
Panda's not good. I only said Panda because it's a chain restaurant. Yeah, the best Chinese place is the one that doesn't have a name. It just says Chinese food on it. Those are the best ones.
The best Chinese place, their sign is in fucking Cantonese, and you have no idea what it's called, and you have to point at shit on the menu that looks good.
Yeah.
Because the menu's not in English. Or if it is, nothing's spelled correctly.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best Chinese place, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, and then you walk in, they just look at you. They don't ask you what you want. They just give you a dirty look, and then you say,
They roll
I want
their eyes. Yeah.
I want the two combo plate with chow mein, and they start loading it up. They start talking to each other in another language. I don't know what they're saying. Then she gets done filling up the chow mein and stares at me again till I say the next item I want. Then goes and rings me up, tells me my total, has a rude look on her face. Her kid's in the corner doing homework. I pay. I leave a tip. She doesn't say a goddamn word, and then I leave. And it was a great experience, and that's all I need. Those are the best Chinese restaurants.
Yep. And someone in the back just says something, and then everyone laughs.
Oh yeah, there's
You have
rats.
no idea what they
rats
said.
scurrying around everywhere. Yeah,
It's filthy.
The
Yeah.
chef comes out of the back drenched in sweat. You know, all of that's going into the food. No mask. You know, long facial hair. No nets or anything.
Yep.
Just disgusting looking kitchen. Yeah, those are the best.
Yeah. The resentment and hatred for you just drips off of every pore in their body. Yeah, that's the best Chinese food, of course. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. True. All right. Well, I'm done answering questions. I still have to take in this whole fried rice take.
You should sleep on it. Yeah.
I'll do more than that. Yeah. I'm gonna write I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. All right, Tanner. Anything else you wanted to add?
Not really. I don't know what we're doing next Saturday for a podcast, but
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
On
we'll figure it
Wednesday.
out. I won't be
Yeah,
here
we'll figure it out. Yeah, Tanner's going back to Zion. Yeah, Jake, if you're here, if you're available next week, Saturday, if you want to come on the pod, maybe. I haven't decided yet, but let me know if you're available. Still trying to figure out what we're going to do. Might do a live Q&A. That could be fun, too. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't decided.
A Q&A with only questions from Urban.
Well, no. Not do. The pod is canceled for the next month if I have to do that. I'll have to take some sick leave if that's the episode we're doing. That's it, boys and girls. We're done. Patreon.com/the Dropshot's the best way to support the show. 5 bonus eps a month. We've got our next bonus ep coming on Monday, 3 a.m. Pacific time. Also, also what? Oh yeah, we also do weekly hangouts. We do gameplay breakdowns, and even more than that. It's the best way to support the show for you. That's where we offer all of our bonus content. And it's the best way for us, for you to support the show, because we don't get fucking fleeced like we do on Twitch. Thanks, Bezos. So once again, patreon.com/the Dropshot, thedropshot.com. You can find a link there to the Patreon if you want. And the TikTok, daily uploads, and the YouTube. All the podcast episodes are in video form on YouTube. The live calling Q&A is also going to be on the YouTube. It will not be in podcast apps. So if you want to listen to that, make sure to go sub to the YouTube. You can find it there. Other than that, boys and girls, that is it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. To a very select few of you, thank you for your questions. Have an excellent evening, of course. And as always, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.